How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about yet another celebrity that used to be best friends with Donald Trump. Went to their wedding, would hang out at basketball games, would go on the radio show, all this, that, and the third for many, many years. But since he became the president, all of a sudden he wants to hate him and Trump supporters, and that person would be Howard Stern. I would think that Howard Stern would be a big supporter of Trump. I mean, he supports business, which Howard Stern has. He's from New York, Queens, New York, matter of fact, which is where Howard Stern grew up, Queens, New York. And like I said, they've been friends for a long time. Howard Stern went to Trump's wedding to, I think, Marlon Maples, and he was invited to the Melania and Trump wedding. Not sure if he went, but there's pictures of Trump and Melania with Howard and whoever he was with, might have been his wife or whatever, at basketball games, hanging out, having a good time. But like I said, now that he's become the president, all of a sudden, the game is different. It's weird. Like, a lot of these people say they like Trump, but not as a president, but they can't really say why. I mean, Howard Stern's whole thing was about the virus and I guess the response and about this whole inject cleaner or whatever. He says that Trump was trying to say, Howard Stern was like, I hope all Trump supporters can go inject cleaner and die. I'm like, really? Is that what you want to say, Howard Stern? That's excessive. That's way over the top. But that's pretty much where we are nowadays with the left and with the celebrity left. He says that Trump supporters have no intelligence and that he hates us for voting for Trump. Now, the question would be, who should I actually vote for? You assume, Howard Stern, that I don't have intelligence, right? I'm just a moron. I don't know what's going on because I voted for Trump. Who should I actually vote for? You tell me. I want to know. I mean, I love to know for myself, just from my own reference. Should I vote for Joe Biden, the guy that wrote the 94 crime bill, put a lot of black men in the penitentiary, a lot of my family members in jail because of that? And then when they asked him, hey, was the crime bill a little bit too over the top? Was a little bit too much? He was like, nope, I wrote it. So what? Deal with it. Matter of fact, a lot of black folks wanted to get that crime bill in there. So what you going to do? A guy like Howard Stern, or not necessarily Howard Stern, because I'll get to him in a minute, but a lot of these far lefty liberals would hate anybody that would come out and say a thing like what Joe Biden said about the crime bill. Not only would they hate him for writing the crime bill, they will also hate him for not apologizing for it afterwards like Slick Willie did, because let's not forget, Bill Clinton was the president at the time when the 94 crime bill was passed into law. Recently, he apologized for it, said it was way too much, it was over the top, but Joe Biden did no such thing. Also, if I have intelligence, why would I vote for a guy like Joe Biden when he's clearly not cognitively sound, when his mind is clearly not there? Okay, his body is in one place, but his mind is somewhere totally else. Okay, not even really trying to make jokes, but it is what it is. That's a fact. You can see it. All right. Now, I'm not sure what the exact cause of the problem is, but there's a problem. Just compare Joe Biden right now to even about 5 years ago. Way different guy. You go back 15, 20 years ago, totally different. Not the same person at all. It's not even about his speech impediment or whatever. It's about him not really understanding what's going on, being kind of slow to the draw, that type of thing. Obviously, Joe Biden is not really in his right state of mind. So why would I vote for a guy like that if I'm intelligent? It doesn't make any sense. And then, like I said, same thing for Hillary Clinton. Her husband wrote the crime bill, and she got a bunch of mysterious deaths that have been surrounding her since Arkansas, early 90s, late 80s, maybe even before that. She was corrupt, got thrown out of the Watergate situation. I forget what her role was. She's some kind of intern or something during the Watergate investigation. Got removed from that. And the person that did it said that she shouldn't be holding any kind of public office. But here we are trying to talk about why Hillary Clinton didn't get elected and why Trump won. Obviously, Hillary Clinton wouldn't have been a smart choice, Howard Stern, and Donald Trump was the smarter choice. It's very simple. These celebrities, I feel like, are just catering to those that they hang out with every day. You know, you're kind of in an ivory tower in the sky. You're in New York, LA, wherever you are, Howard Stern. You got millions upon millions of dollars. You don't really identify with the common everyday person. Maybe at one point you did, but you don't anymore. And I used to watch Howard Stern back in the day when I was younger, you know, like teenager days. I used to watch Howard Stern back in like, it was like the late 90s, early 2000s. I'd watch him. But nowadays, First of all, he's on XM, and I'm not going to subscribe to his XM channel. But beyond that, the things that he's been saying, I just can't really identify with. And I can kind of understand why he's like that, because once you become a multimillionaire and you've been like that for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, what more do you have in common with the average everyday person? You don't. You talk to your rich people that live in the ivory tower that don't really have any kind of connection to us on the ground. So of course you're going to speak in a certain way that fits with what you now think, but don't call us unintelligent. All you can say is that you disagree, and that's fine. I could say you're unintelligent for voting for the other side, or I could say I disagree with your particular point of view, and maybe you're just not really in touch with what's happening on the ground. Howard Stern, this is not how you go about doing this. All you're going to do is just, shed some fans. Maybe you don't care about that. Maybe you think that Trump supporters don't deserve to listen to your show. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. You could just, lose some viewers. But then again, maybe you don't care because you got your money already. You'd be 70 in about 3 or 4 years. So you pretty much have lived your life. You got your money. You could pretty much retire right now and not do anything anymore. You can just go to basketball games, football games, whenever they reopen that. But that's a different story, and I digress. You can go to basketball games, football games, talk to every other celebrity you've known for a very long time and try to avoid Donald Trump if he's ever in the building, and just, pat yourself on the back saying you're doing a very good job of virtue signaling to your rich friends in the country club that you've been doing for the past 15, 20, 30 years. Okay, you could do that, and that's fine. What you should do is just leave us alone. A lot of these celebrities, they're like that. People used to hang out with Trump, like I was saying earlier. You got Nelly making songs about Donald Trump, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. Okay, you got guys making songs all like Donald Trump. A lot of these people praise Trump. They hung out with Trump. All these things. Snoop Dogg, prime example. Omarosa was on his show for 10 years? Like, he literally employed her for 10 years. Then all of a sudden he becomes a president and he's this big raging racist. It doesn't make any sense. Trump does not have to actually help the black community at all, because he won in 2016 without much of the black vote at all. Okay, he could just ignore the black vote, but he's not. He's reaching out to us and doing things for us and other groups of people in America. He does not have to do that to win, but he is doing it. So I'm not sure how you label this man as some type of bad person or a racist or a guy that wouldn't allow certain people to be in his hotels. Look, I've been to Trump Doral in Florida with no problem. Matter of fact, I was flown out to Trump Doral in Florida with no problem. I've been to the White House twice. Where else? I've been to the Trump International in DC. Never had a problem. Never, no problems, always good service. Everything's always been fantastic. Not had a problem. So this whole thing about, Trump won't let you in the hotel, all this, that, and the third is bogus. It's ridiculous. Howard Stern, like I said, you're just catering to the people that you know in your very rich circles. You're not down here on the ground with us. Down here on the ground, things are much different than it is up there in the ivory tower in the sky with your multimillionaire friends. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Howard Stern is just virtue signaling for his friends, doesn't really believe it? He was friends with Donald Trump for many, many years. He went to one wedding with Marlon Maples, was invited to and probably attended the wedding with Trump and Melania. Known them for a long time, come from the same place, Queens, New York. They ain't that far apart in age. Trump is, I think, 73. Howard Stern is 66. So, you got a 7-year age difference, not really that big. They probably grew up around each other. You know what I mean? So this whole thing of Trump being a bad person from Howard Stern, I'm not really buying. It's just trying to play to his friends. But am I wrong about that? Am I right about that? How do you feel about all these celebrities in general coming out and speaking against Trump that used to be besties with him? People like Puff. Puff is kind of coming along a little bit, or you may know him as Diddy. He's kind of coming along a little bit, but not really. But Snoop Dogg, Omarosa, and many more. People that were all up in his face in the late 80s, early 90s, all throughout the 2000s, up until like 2014. Now all of a sudden hate his guts. It's crazy. I want people to be real, people to be honest. If you are friends with somebody and you've not had a problem with them throughout your life, then why change now that he's become the president and people that don't know him say that they hate him? If you are friends with a person, be real. If you're not going to be real, then what kind of friend are you? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.